besties. Lola. Lola, say hi. Lola. Oh. Stay on, would ya? Oh my god. Look at this shit. Oh. Lola, what are you doing? Forget Lola. 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 Boo boo. Lola. Look at that. Shake here, shake here. Go sit down on my walking frame. Oh. So, as usual, do I have anything to say? No, I don't. Tuck my chins in. What have I done today? Actually, for the past few days, I have been just having a break, just from life, you know. Shit, this is hard to hold. I don't know why. Anyway, I've just been having a break, you know, to reduce stress. Stress is not fun, besties. Just wanted to avoid having a meltdown, a breakdown, a manic episode, you know, that kind of thing. Wanted to lower my stress. Wanted to, you know, have a little break from the world. So what did I do? I watched some TV. Well, not really TV, some YouTube. Kind of stared at the wall a lot. I did a lot of sleeping. Yeah, my brain was like, this is too much, you know? And like, I know my limits. Clearly, my eyebrows don't know my limits, but I know my personal limits because of my bipolar. And, you know, I was a bit overwhelmed, having a few symptoms, you know, stuff you don't want to kind of experience. And yeah, wasn't feeling I wasn't feeling normal. So, you know, sometimes that can happen, not very often. And when it does, then because I can't take the medication for the bipolar, I yeah, I just get advised to rest, but like hardcore rest, like recovery, like you're so burnt out, you just don't do anything. You stop. You don't finish what you're doing. You don't start anything new. You don't think about your symptoms. You just like everything stops. And for me, like, because I can't take the medication, the doctor said that, by the way, not me. Because I can't take that medication to help me, my only option, unless I'm actually in hospital, my only option is to rest. So when I say that I legit stared at the wall doing nothing, I'm not joking. Like, I'm actually, like, on one of my days off, I swear, I was just staring at the wall for 6 hours straight. Like, I was just off with the fairies. Off with the fairies. Yep. So I don't know if you're familiar with that with bipolar, but there's a couple of different types. Mine is triggered. Mine is caused by, what do you call it? Like trauma. Mine is caused by trauma, so post-traumatic stress. And because of that, I was diagnosed with the bipolar. I won't say which type, but if you know a lot about it, it's just too much to explain and I'm tired. So I get the type where I'm okay like most of the time, but then I might like start to get the symptoms. I might start to get like symptomatic. And I've got like a list. I've got like a list. And like once I get to a certain number or a certain combination of my symptoms, I have to just stop everything. Do not proceed. Do not go to jail. Do not pass go. Monopoly style. So, ooh, what's that on my face? Like, is that my hair or is that a spider web? Anyway, so I won't say what my symptoms were, but they were, to the regular person, you would say they're pretty alarming symptoms. But it was still at the stage where I could recognize it myself. And so I put my medical action plan into practice. I was like, okay, so I'm having these 5 symptoms. And when I've reached 3, I'm supposed to stop everything. I'm supposed to stop, drop, and roll. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I did. Maybe I should have rested longer, but my symptoms have, for the major symptoms, have stopped. And so I'm feeling normal again. And I've gone through my symptoms list, with somebody that's very caring and supporting of me, and they agree that I can just get back to normal, but go slowly. Go slowly, yeah. So I'm like anything that causes me stress, I just basically stopped doing. And anything that's work, I stopped doing as well. Work doesn't stress me out, but it is like it adds to stress if you're already having symptoms. So it's better to just stop. Because when you take the medication, if you have an episode, that's what it makes you do. It makes your brain kind of just like, instead of your brain going, you take the medicine and your brain just goes, oh, and it stops. Like, you're just like, oh, I don't have to think about anything. So by not taking it, I've got to like suddenly design my life to stop everything to get that mental health break. So I know a lot of you ladies out there, you know, might have certain things they struggle with, depression, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, manic depression, borderline personality disorder. There's all different kinds of mental health things you can have. And mine just happens to be bipolar. So that's how I manage mine when it's at this stage. Like, I feel a little bit weird, but not like, for lack of a better word, I don't feel crazy. I don't feel like I'm losing my mind. Generally speaking, if I'm going to lose my mind, I'll know right before I lose my mind. So, yeah, if you have any kind of disorder like that, it's really good to have a support person, 1 or 2 support people. I've got one. That person is my daughter. She's an adult, so she can help me with that. And yeah, like she knows what I'm like when I'm normal, and she knows when I'm symptoming, and she knows when I've gone off my rocker. Yeah. And she knows my medical action plan. So it's not so serious. Why so serious? Because we took care of business, besties. I was supposed to have 7 days off, but I only had 3. But I swear I feel fine. I did not feel fine before. I felt, what are you eating, Lola? That better not be poop. Oh my God, I don't want to know. Yeah, I won't run through the symptoms, but it's different for everybody. It's not the same for everyone. And, you know, anyone that has this type of illness, the experience can be completely different from the next person, although a lot of the symptoms are the same type of symptoms. So, yeah, my major scary symptoms have just gone. So that's, and I didn't need to go to the doctor. I didn't need any kind of medication. I just needed a rest. And it's different for everyone. Like, obviously, most of the time, medication is going to be the answer, but for me, I can't unless I'm in hospital, I've been told, because yeah, the doctor said like lithium would slow my lungs down too much, and I've got lung damage. So I can't safely take that unless there's like a resus bay. So it's pretty risky. It's not worth dying. So, yeah, and in the past, I have tried other types of medications, but unfortunately, they had a really bad effect on me. And trigger warning, they gave me, the bad thoughts, if you know what I'm saying, where, you know, harming oneself might be the only thought on your mind. And so the doctor was like, no, 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 you can never take those again. That's dangerous for you. So that basically ruled out all the medications. That was like at least 10 years ago now. And, you know, since then I've had, some problems, but each time, no matter how bad it gets, I manage to pick myself up. And yeah, as long as it hasn't gone too far, like, if you know anything about bipolar, you got to catch it while it's early, or you might do something embarrassing that you think when you come to your senses, you're like, oh God, I did that. Oh no, my reputation is shot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even like, is anyone familiar with the Britney Spears episode where she shaved off all her hair and she like got an umbrella and she jumped on a car and she was like smashing it publicly with the paparazzi there? Like, she did not care. Her ass was hanging out of her pants, everything. Like, that's somebody having a full-blown manic episode with bipolar. Like, no, everybody's the same, but clearly, like, I don't want to get to that stage. Have I been at that stage before? Um, Definitely it wasn't a violent episode like Britney Spears, but it was definitely an embarrassing episode. So this is why, take your meds, have your support people that love you and trust, that kind of thing, that actually care about you. And if you don't have anyone that cares about you, then key in with your doctors on the regular, because you need to kind of like watch yourself, because sometimes you don't pick up on your own symptoms. Yeah. Fortunately for me, I didn't like go into a full blown episode. I just started episoding, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to describe it without giving too much away. I kind of lost my mind on the edge. On the edge. I didn't I didn't dive right into the crazy pool, okay? And I don't mean to like offend anyone. I'm just talking about myself. I'm not saying other people with mental health problems are crazy. I'm saying that's just how I would describe myself, okay? When I have an episode. So obviously, we all want good health, and obviously, it can be a struggle for some of us. And maybe one day I'll do a video about why I have bipolar because my post traumatic stress disorder, like what caused that. Maybe that could make a semi interesting video. Um, but not today. Because I'm just thinking about it, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, and I'm just coming out of that do nothing period to try to get my normalcy back. So let's not push on those triggers today. Um, yeah, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. This is the second video I'm making today, which is kind of against the rules, like coming out on the first day after a mini episode. Really, just one would have been enough. But, you kind of like, if you have bipolar, like even when you're not in a full blown episode, you have this idea in your head that productivity is like your whole life and you just have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And that can even be a sign, like if you just go too crazy with it, if you get too productive, like sometimes that can be one of the signs. Hello, darling. Oh, ew, I knew you'd wipe your nose on me, you little piggy. Oh, you little piggy. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, she wants all the attention, but it's mine. I promise it's not like a giant sense of grandiosity. Lola. Lola is grandiose in personality, aren't you, Lola? So, yeah, besties. Yeah, I might. Feeling a little triggered. Anyway, I've triggered myself. Miss Moneypenny. So, you know, um, hey, if you don't mind ruining your own privacy and you want to leave me a comment down below about your own personal mental health experience, go right ahead. I've seen it all. Oh, I've seen it all. Yes. What's that meme? I come from a long line of crazy people. Whatever you tell me, I've heard it all before. I've seen it all before. But I still want to read your comments. Leave me a comment about the situations that you've heard of people or yourself getting into. If you don't want to say yourself, you could just say, I had a friend. They climbed up on the roof of the house and they thought they could fly. Just leave your comments because I have seen it all. I have heard it all. You won't shock me. Anyway, um, yeah, feeling a bit overwhelmed, so I'm gonna go have a cup of tea. Lola, Lola, darling, would you like a cup of tea? She's looking at me like, you crazy biatcho. Lola. No. Anyway, somebody came to my house today and they like knocked on the door. Who the fork? Like, I don't have any friends, so who would knock on the door? Who? I didn't open the curtain. I didn't open the door. Just, nah. Nobody gets in. This is my fortress. Bye, besties.